Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, great. Okay. Thank you for responding. I think that was Mary, Burton, and Morozi, right? I hope I'm not pronouncing that incorrectly. Elham, please make sure your cameras are turned on. You know, we're not going to be starting the induction now, but there is a reason that I turned on to begin, was to give you guys the link that all participants would need to complete. And that's something I'm going to put on the chat. It is a link for what we call the commitment form, where you have to go through, obviously, before leaving this induction, please go through the form carefully. It's basically asking you to commit through some conditions that are very important for this course if you want to be able to complete the course successfully. So I will be sharing that link in the chat right now, and I probably will share it later on once the participants join in. We are going to be starting at 6 p.m. sharp, Morocco time, Nigeria time, and 7 p.m. Kigali time. So let me just put that link for now, so you guys that are well early, and I want to give you an applaud for being on time. That's very important, especially for this course. And then, of course, a warm welcome to the session. So here is the link. I'll put it on the chat. Please complete this link. If you don't know what the link is or how to complete it, I will go over it. And please make sure your video is turned on. I can see Mary. I can see Elham. Please make sure video is turned on. It's very important and really compulsory for this session and for all class sessions. So please turn that on and get yourself settled in. We have 2 minutes until we begin our online induction. I think everyone has seen the link on the message section. Is that correct? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's great. You can go ahead, as I said, just go through the form. I will go through it to explain a little bit more about the form, but it is important that you start checking in your attendance. This is something we're also going to be doing for all class sessions as well. Burton, Jetro, Esther, welcome to the induction. Please make sure your camera is turned on once we begin. We have about 1 minute to kick off, and we're going to get started. Now, just to let you know, this induction session is going to be recorded, so please make sure you are on track and you're where you're supposed to be. And then once I start recording the session, I'll let you know. Okay, I think we can get started, everyone. So I believe we are starting the recording now. Yes, I just want to confirm. So welcome everybody to this session. I will start sharing my screen in like about a minute or so. Please, you can keep your mic on mute. Of course, if you don't have any questions at the beginning, just because I want everyone to kind of hear what I'm saying. So if you can just please keep your mic on mute for now. Okay. Mary, would you mind please keeping your mic on mute? Thank you.
All right. Sorry.
Sure, no problem. Kevin, Natasha, welcome to the meeting. Burden, welcome to the meeting. And please turn on your videos just to make sure everything is okay before we get started. For those of you who are joining, I am going to put the link to this form that I need everyone to make sure to complete before leaving this induction session. Please keep in mind that the session is recorded, so just get yourself ready before turning on your camera. The link to the form is in the chat. I think we're ready to get started. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I will share my screen with audio because there is a video that you guys will be watching towards this induction session. So just let me know if you can see my screen because it's starting to share. Can everyone see my screen okay as I'm sharing it? Perfect. Yes, if you can just help out with those emojis. And of course, I will take questions towards the end of the induction session. All right, let's get started. So welcome again. I am Alicia Habibi. I am a software engineer and I am the co-founder and academic director of Nazli Tech School. I will be kind of shifting this aside to here so you can see what I'm sharing on the screen right now. So as you know, we are launching the Rwandan Code Hills 1001 course. It's a completely unique course program. I think if you search up anywhere, you wouldn't find this course program per se, because it's like a mix of different high-end tech skills. But at the same time, I will go over what exactly it is that you're going to be learning in this course, what you're expected to do with what you learned, and how you're going to benefit. Because as a school, as Nazli Tech School, we always try to focus on how we can help students at the end of a course completion. We really don't focus more on just getting, knowledge, theory skills. We kind of focus more on how you apply those skills and how you can benefit. We always go after helping students, professionals to stand on their own feet, to be able to start up your own business, and to be able to work for yourself and improve your community. So the Rwandan Code Hills 1001 is one of our very unique flagship courses. It is not only launched in Rwanda, it is also going to be launched in Nigeria. It is going to be launched in Morocco, in Cameroon, and it follows the same structure, and I'll explain what it is. This course is launched in collaboration between Nazli Tech School and Women in Tech Rwanda. So I'll just like to give you a brief information, which I think some of you already kind of know about Nazli Tech School and Women in Tech Rwanda. Sorry that this might be blocking the screen. I'll try my best to kind of squish this to the top. It's just because I kind of need to see everyone whilst I'm doing this. So I think this is a good thing. Now, Nazli Tech School, what are we? Who are we? We are an educational body, okay? So we're not just providing course programs to students. We actually design and develop very unique bespoke flagship software apps, which is why we're always seeking high quality talent, especially from Africa. Our main focus is Africa. I am a proud African myself. I'm a mix of both Moroccan and Nigerian. My parents are both of those. And for this reason, we have decided to focus on Africa because there's a lot of talent and, as you know, a lot of ambitious ones. And the reason why we created our school is to be able to help equip this talent with the skills that you need to be able to compete in a very highly competitive workforce environment in our century right now, especially with the inclination of AI. And most importantly, to also help you to become that startup founder that you've always been dreaming of becoming, with hard work and perseverance and competence. That's what we stand for. Women in Tech Rwanda, I think for everybody, and especially those in Rwanda, they know that Women in Tech Rwanda is a pioneering organization that is leading tech in Rwanda, accelerating women's leadership and inclusion, and Women in Tech in general is a pioneering organization all around the world that's leading tech for women and in general. So that's another great organization that we're collaborating with for this launch. Now, I want to go straight into the point here. And the points are, why are we taking this course? What is this course about? What do I benefit from this course? How far can I go? So we're starting with the first part of what exactly is the Rwandan Code Hills app and how long is it going to be? So the course is 6 weeks. That means you have class every week, once in the week. It's going to be on Monday. Your first class is starting on July 27th, 7 p.m. Kigali time. It's sharp. You have to be punctual, by the way. It's lasting for just 1 hour, and it's going to be online, and it's going to be recorded. So we've always recorded our class sessions because students tend to need that a lot. When you go back, you want to see what you've done in the lesson, what you've missed, what you need to catch up on, and just understand a bit better on your own. So it's built for ambitious Rwandans and ambitious Africans. We have some very ambitious Nigerian professionals with us in this course. We have some ambitious Togolese professionals, and they're all working together to build Rwandan Code Hills app. And this obviously can be extended to all countries in Africa. It's not just, again, as I mentioned, for Rwanda, it can be done in Nigeria, in Cameroon, and beyond. So we are going to build a real live app from scratch. So here, you're not going to be going fast-paced, okay? We're going to start from the scratch. From the beginning, understanding the concepts in programming, as in really understanding them, knowing what to put, where to put, and how to put, learning new concepts like the Imogongo cybersecurity feature, or learning the Peter Hans-Loon algorithm, or learning the selective sorting algorithm. I'm just listing a couple of things that are coming from the programming concepts here, and learning it in such an easy way and easy technique whereby you create the structure and then you use AI later on to enhance your product. That's what's really happening. So you're basically combining software and AI engineering together in a very simplistic, very understanding course for anybody, both beginners and advanced learners. So what exactly is the Rwandan Code Hills app? Now, I'm sure you guys have come across this. I know I have. This post that you see here on the left side, this was actually a post that we came across this morning in our platform. And this is a very big organization in Cameroon. And they happened to put this post up, and it's about someone in business who's trying to start up a business but has no idea of what to start as a business. They do have the budget, as you can see, 1,300,000 Cameroonian francs, but they don't know how and what to start up as a business. They are in Cameroon, they have no idea. So this caught our attention. Why? Because the Rwandan Code Hills app is created for that purpose. That's what you're creating. You're basically building the bridge, the gap, where we have these ambitious prospective startup founders, maybe yourself even, that you have a certain budget, and you might be coming from a small budget, a medium budget, or a large budget, but you really don't know what type of business you can start with. How can you start up a business? You are not even aware of the type of resources that you have around you that is only available in Rwanda. Thinking about Rwanda now, let's go back to what we were saying. So it's only available in Rwanda, or only available where you live, and it's easily accessible, but you never thought that you could do something with that resource in this way, and you can actually make a business that you can get profit, both sold where you are and abroad when you're doing exportation. So caught our attention, okay? This caught our attention because that's exactly what you're gonna be creating. Now, you can see some more comments from Kenya, Nairobi. These are actual comments, by the way. You can see these comments from people every time if you go onto Reddit or any of those social media platforms. Here you can see someone saying that I have around $100 to $200 saved up. I want to start a business to support my family, but what kind of small business can I start? So I'm going to walk you through and show you this Rwandan Code Hills app in a very compact nutshell, so you understand what we're going to develop and you understand the magnitude of what you're going to develop and how far you can go with just what you're creating. We have someone from Manila, Philippines. I'm not going to read through all of these. You will have this presentation to yourself. We have someone from Jamaica, someone from Lagos, Nigeria, someone from Cape Town, all having the same problem. They're trying to start up a business, whether small, medium, or large, and they can't seem to know how they can start up this business. We have from Kigali, from Huye, Rwanda, and etc. So we have this one app solution, the Rwandan Code Hills, that you're going to code from scratch. Then you're going to use AI to refine what you have developed so that you can publish and you can dispatch and you can sell, you can make profit, and you can grow from there and become your very own startup founder in tech. So it is not built for one thing. It is from Rwanda to the world. It is from Nigeria to the world. It is from Cameroon to the world. It is from Togo to the world. And that's exactly what the app you're going to develop is supposed to be for. It's not a one thing solution. It's for everything. So Rwandan Code Hills app, a little bit about it is that it's a fountain of brilliance, like I've explained to you. I'm going to show you in a little nutshell for you to get the idea. It is rooted in startup ideas that we find in Rwanda's abundant natural resources. Rwanda is our focus for this app. It's scalable. You can scale this for small, medium, and advanced businesses. That's what your app is doing, providing that type of scale of business ideas for startup founders who don't have any idea on what to do. It also connects Rwandan innovation to local and global markets. And of course, it is providing a full startup business content, which is going to contain the potential of the business, the cost, the setup, the first-hand experience. Now, moving towards what are some of the main technical things that you're going to be learning in this course? The first one is the AI prompt engineering. Throughout the whole program, throughout the whole course, you're just going to be learning how to prompt AI well. Because prompting AI is one thing, right? You prompt it, but how you prompt and structure your prompt is really important to give you the proper information that you need. Of course, verifying any hallucinations that is present. And then, of course, the design and development of software, which you're going to learn. So you're not going to learn just the development of software that you might see in this tutorial. You might learn in a lecture hall. You don't really know how to build it. You just see it, you try it. You're actually going to do this from scratch and understand it, but you're also going to follow something called the lifecycle, the software development lifecycle. It is very important for any software engineer or developer. You have to go from the stage of what is the problem to the stage of who is my client or who are my clients to what am I trying to solve here, right? And to put yourself in the position of others. So that whole process you're going to be involved in. Data science, we're going to do a little bit of data science and analytics. This is a very important skill, especially now. So understanding your consumer, your user behavior is very important to be able to know how to refine what you create. You want to create something that is acceptable, that is usable, and that is great for your users. Something you will use, someone else can use. So you need to consider those analytics that you're getting from your app. And when we talk about analytics, think about it this way. How many people are searching business ideas in Kigali? How many people are searching how to create something with Agaseki? I hope I'm getting it right. So those type of things, you're going to kind of know those statistics and understand what is more popular in the app that you're creating. The third one is cybersecurity. I'm sure some of you are very familiar with cybersecurity, some of you maybe not, but it is very important to understand how to hash your data, how to keep data secure. And so one of the cybersecurity algorithms that you'll be learning is called the Imogongo algorithm that is using the SHA-256 encryption for user authentication. So you're going to learn what that is. And again, don't be scared because this is not something, it sounds complicated, but it's actually going to be explained to you in a very simplistic manner where you understand better. Content development, you are going to set up your own YouTube channel throughout this course. Yes, you heard it, YouTube channel, because whenever you want to explain to people something, people really understand when they see. So if you are telling somebody or your app is trying to explain a business idea, you have to show the person you're explaining to the potential of that business, what that business is, and how far it can go. And so creating the content that will connect with your app, and this is where AI refinement will come in, is very important. And so this is where you learn how to do content creation at the same time. So you see that this course doesn't just teach you one thing. At the end of the day, you're gaining all these skills, you're understanding the basics, and you can just extend and expand on your own. Now, I'm not going to touch too much on Imogongo. I think why we have it here is just to understand how this is very bespoke type of cybersecurity. It's using a hash algorithm. And what you guys can see here on my right side is that, let's think about the user sign up page, right? If you're a user and you come in to sign up in any website or any software app, when you put in your username, you can see it. When you put in your password, it's usually masked, right? And you see those dots. What's really happening behind the scene is that your password is being hashed through an algorithm, and that algorithm is basically encrypting what you have and storing it in a backend. So whatever backend, it could be a website for a company, whatever. They always have a database. In your system that you're going to be creating, you're going to be incorporating something like that, but you're going to be using this bespoke cybersecurity algorithm that will take the user password and it will hash it with geometric structures, symbols that ends up creating some sort of Rwandan theme design that is really the way that users are going to be gaining access to their accounts, which is what you see here. Something like this, okay? Something like that. That's the idea. Okay, so we put that here so that you understand the idea. So whenever somebody signs up, when they come in to log in, the system immediately recognizes then what they see when they enter their password could be those ... again, could use a password field to hide the password, could be it's the imogongo itself, which is that hashed password, which is just like a random bunch of symbols and geometric shapes, and eventually creates this image that you see here on the side for the user portfolio. So that's the idea. Hopefully we're gonna be able to finish that. So that uses those three different things. Now, the benefits of completing this program, I'm gonna run through them. And please put your mic on mute for now, just because we don't want to have any external noise in the background. I think someone's mic is turned on. So one of the benefits is that, of course, if you have seen some of the students that have recently graduated from some of the course, we just recently completed a course in Cameroon, and that course was very unique. It's called the Mboa Flix. So I really suggest that you guys go and watch, see what the students have built there. And they're going on further to represent Nazli Tech School, hopefully in the Cameroonian International Tech Summit that's happening, to showcase what they've done. And in their case, what they have done was to create this Mboa Flix app that was connecting Cameroonian roots with aspects of Cameroon that people aren't familiar with, both Cameroonian diaspora and people abroad. So aspects in terms of sports, in terms of food, in terms of natural resources, like I mentioned, in terms of just generally what makes up Cameroon. And so that app is to provide you with that enough information to learn about Cameroon and to connect with Cameroonians. So it was a great project. And you will notice if you check any of those students, and we're talking about real statistics here, go check those students' LinkedIn page and see when they started to post their learning journeys from the first lesson up until where they graduated, even till now, and you'll see how they have progressed in their digital recognition on social media platform, especially in LinkedIn. They have just gone from already the professionals that they are into more outstanding professionals that are now gaining a big network online. So again, we don't speak, the results speak for itself. You can go check that out. So that's one of the things. The other thing is the internship opportunity. So let me explain what that is. Now, when you hear internship, you're probably going towards, oh, okay, volunteer work, doing some stuff. Yes, but no at the same time. The Nazli Tech School internship opportunity basically focuses a lot on allowing students to implement the skills that you have acquired, both technical and soft skills, throughout the program into an actual practice. So we will be selecting the best students from this program, which is why you need to work hard if you want to be amongst those, to join us into working on creating our flagship software apps that we have. And we are seeking to help and sponsor the best student app to be able to publish it, to set you up, and collaborating with us on selling it on a subscription basis and helping you develop from there. And we do offer some sort of allowance payment for the work you do. Okay, so if we assign you work, we give you an allowance payment for that. We believe that is important to keep you motivated as a developer, to help you get started in the best way you can as a tech innovator, and to give you that skills and experience that you need in a professional work area. You just have to maintain professional transparency, competency, and hard work. And if you're able to do that, you will scale with us. You also will represent us in times where we have events or conferences. Whenever we see that we want you to represent us, you have to be able to contribute to us so we can contribute to you. So it's a very, very, very inclusive internship opportunity that we select. And if you're wondering how many students, I will just say for now, the best students. So I don't want to say the best 3, the best 4, the best 5, until we see how it goes in this course, but that's what it is. Now, this is something new that we're putting particularly for this course. It's called a brand ambassador. So what does that mean? Apart from the fact that we always seek for students to represent us, like I told you, the Cameroonian students that recently graduated, that will hopefully be representing Nazli Tech School at the Cameroonian International Tech Summit that's happening in Cameroon in October. We are also seeking to get those type of students for this course that are exceptional, hardworking to represent us in Rwanda. If you're wondering, what about if I am coming from another country, then also in your country? Same thing goes for you. We will sponsor you, but we will be very clear on what sponsorship it is, whether we're sponsoring you for ticket or transportation or whatnot, but we will explain to you. You might also be representing us to have a speaker opportunity, because we always get these proposals from these type of events. You might speak on our behalf. You might do an exhibition where we're trying as much as possible to make this program to the best of it can be for your benefit and for our benefit. We're trying to get some dignitaries, hopefully, to come in. That's not a promise, but I'm saying what we're doing behind the scene here. I do know you are going to have a special guest coming in, because we did have that with the Cameroon. I will not say anything further on who the special guest is until we confirm. You should just be more alert on your WhatsApp group. But that's kind of what it looks like. Now, another part of the ambassador program is, again, an aspect where you are paid to do something. What are you paid to do? If you are considered to be a Nazli Tech School ambassador after completing this program, then what we do normally is we look for the public schools. And I always say that I don't like to use the word underprivileged. I don't think Africa is underprivileged or any aspect. I think it's just, if you're in a public school, you just don't have access to certain resources that you should have. But Africa is a rich continent, and we have a lot of resources, so we're not underprivileged. So why I'm saying this is that we normally allow our graduates, hardworking students that have finished from our program, we sponsor you to be able to go and teach what you've learned, whether it's in content creation, software development, it depends on what project we have, in public schools that you will recommend to us, and we will seek which one we want to actually do something for, and where you go and teach these students in the way that they can learn something, not just for the fun of photographs or video clips and all that stuff. So that is what the ambassador is. And we pay for you to be able to go and teach them. We provide those resources, and that builds you more as helping your community, but also improving yourself as a professional, as a startup innovator, and seeing exactly who you're working with and the kind of students that are also going to come up to become like you or even higher than you in the future, or work with you. So that's what the brand ambassador means. Finally, the last one is launching your own startup. So we try as much as possible to help young, talented, hardworking, transparent individuals to start up your own. I personally don't think people should work for anybody. Personally, I think you should work to gain experience. But I think your end goal should always be, how can I start up my own business? What am I going to be good at? What can I implement? What can I create? Whether it's the software that you've learned, whether it's hardware, whether it's just hand skills, I feel that you should always have this at the back of your mind. I don't just want a high-paying software development job. I want to start up my own business, and I want to see it through and make sure it's a successful business, not just the name again. So what we do for this particular program is we are picking the best app, not the best students now, the best app that's being developed, and we're trying to help you publish your app such that everywhere around the world, in Rwanda and beyond, can be able to use your app once you finish developing it, and you can be able to put it up for subscription, because you guys are going to be using Replit or any Google store or whatever app store where you publish it, where you can put subscription, people can pay for it monthly and use it to be able to get these very innovative business ideas. So we help you to publish, because if you want to publish an app, most of the time you need initial monthly payment. So we help to assist you with that in the best way we can. Again, more precise details on that will be given to you later on. So that's the launch your startup. That's how you start up from there and you grow from there. Now, moving on, because I want to kind of show you a little bit about this app, we talk about the credentials now. Credentials of recognition, obviously the official certificate of completion from Nazli Tech School, the certificate of excellence for the best 3 students, the letter of good standing based on your professional behavior, your work ethic, and your overall performance, and a personalized official report card from Nazli Tech School to detail your academic progress from start to finish. Now, rules are very important, so let's not forget them. And that's the reason why I gave you guys the link to the form. So please keep in mind rules. Keep in mind the rules. It is important that you attend all 6 class sessions. Okay, we do not accept any excuses. So from now, please put that in mind. Unless you have some very, serious emergency where you have to provide us with supporting evidence. If you're sick, we need supporting evidence from the doctor, from the hospital. If you have to attend a wedding, we need, and it's so important that you have to attend it, we need that supporting evidence. So you have to contact us 24 hours beforehand, but we really, really emphasize that you should avoid doing that and you should attend all 6 of your sessions without exception. So that is also just showing how competent you are. The second thing is you must post weekly learning journeys. This is not just for us. Now, some of you are thinking, oh, they want us to post because then we can tag them and then they grow. No. Yes, that's one thing, to tag us so that people see what we're doing, because we're doing this obviously without receiving any compensation. We're doing this with a good hand in mind, and at the same time to help you, because when we help you, you help others. And we grow from there because people then start to implement such a program. So it is for you mostly, because you want to grow yourself as a professional, isn't it? So you need to show people what you're doing from start to finish. I'm starting to work on this project. This is what I've done this week. This is what I learned in class. I was surprised by this. I didn't know that. And you post that. And when you post it on LinkedIn, you are going to notice how you're going to improve and see that stats increase in your, visuality. People from our network, Nazli Tech School, from Women in Tech, will now be looking at what you're doing. You're now raising awareness. By the time you finish what you've developed, and you're now telling people, I published it, it's now on subscription if you want to try it out, you don't know where you get your opportunities from. Someone could call you for a speaker opportunity, someone could call you for a job, you could just start getting all your doors open. And that's why I told you to go check out the Cameroonian students who just graduated and see how they've progressed in their digital space. Now, audio and video is important. I think I've already said this at the start. You must have your audio and video turned on during the lesson, even when I'm explaining and we're going through it. Your audio video must be turned on. So please make sure that is working. Your internet connection must be good. If you're wondering, while we're doing lessons and I have questions, do not worry. If you have questions, post them in the chat. I will try my best to come over there and look at what questions are in there. But at the end of every class session, when you receive the video recording for the class, you will also have an assessment that you have to complete, an online quiz, as you work on your app based on what we're doing in class. Now, in that assessment, there is a section for questions. So don't think that we're just going to have you and leave you and that's it. There is a section for questions. You can ask to clarify things if you need help, if you need clarification. There, I will try my best, because I'm going to be your lead instructor. I don't think I mentioned that. I will be the one instructing and teaching you. I will try my best to go through those questions as much as I can and answer them. If you feel that there is a question that you've asked is still not being answered, then feel free to send us a DM on WhatsApp and we will get to you. Just be professional about what you're doing and think about what you're writing before you post and write anything. Now, assessments need to be completed on time. We're just basically giving you an online assessment after your class just so that you sink in what you've learned. Today, I learned about how to be able to make something animated and display it using Java or Java Swing. I learned how to be able to create a hashing algorithm. I learned how to do some sort of sorting algorithm. So those assessments are there for you to be able to sink in what you've learned, remember what you're doing, so that if you are to present and explain what you've done, you know what you've done very well. So those are compulsory assessments and that are needed for your report card. They need to be done and they need to be done on time. The last one, or the last 2 ones, is to set up your LinkedIn and your Replit. So I think on Saturday or Sunday afternoon Morocco time, might be evening Kigali time, you will all receive a message on WhatsApp that there's been a video that we've published, and I will be explaining to you in that video where you will have to set up your account to start getting yourself ready for Monday. So just take your time to keep your eye out. So once you see that, even if you say, oh, it was in the afternoon, I didn't have the time till Monday, that's okay. The video is there, right? So you need to just make sure that you set up your stuff, you get your account ready, you get your first part of your program ready. And even if you're not done with it, after your first class, you continue on, but just make sure you're getting your app ready, because the app is going to be needed for complete submission at the end without any delay. The assessments are the ones that you have to complete on time. So again, that video will be posted. You will be let known of when that video is going to be out, but it's most likely going to be on Saturday or Sunday, as I said, afternoon, I think Morocco time, but it should be before Monday. Finally, submit all your final requirements. So there's going to be requirements that you need to submit when you finish this course. Again, why don't you guys get in touch with some of those Cameroonian students that have graduated, the best 4 of them. You can ask them, yeah, you can communicate with them. You'd have to submit a couple of things. You'd have to submit your app, of course. You'd have to have your assessments completed. You'd have to have been doing all your learning journeys, because you're going to need to submit the screenshots of that. You'd have to have your software development cycle ready, which I'll explain later. You'd have to have a portfolio. You'd have to have your YouTube channel set up. And I'll explain again about YouTube channel, by the way. So that all needs to be done before, and you'll have time, usually 2 or 3 weeks. I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks after you finish the course. I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Again, I'm not going to confirm anything, but within that time range before you make your final submission. So just keep that in mind. Now, I'm really hoping that we can code, build, lead, and inspire. These words are not here for fun. They're here to actually work. If you're ready to work, you want to change your lifestyle, you really want to work hard, and you want to get to your dreams, well, now is the time to show it, okay? And remember, being intelligent, being competent is important, but also knowing how to communicate, right? Knowing how to market your product, knowing how to put yourself out there is very also important. Because if you don't know how to do that, even if you create the best app in the world, you're never going to go anywhere. So I'm speaking from experience. I myself, I'm 34 years old, and I'm a co-founder of an educational institution. I didn't come by accident, right? So there is some steps that you can take, but you can get there, and you can get there fast. But you need to know when and what to do, and you need to kind of step up and also try to calm down and follow and innovate and be creative. Now, I want to walk you through, because of the time, I'm going to go over to this Rwandan Code Hills. Now, if you guys look at this screen right now, this is just a demonstration, okay? There are some very interesting things that are going to be happening for those of you in Rwanda. We're still trying to confirm. We want to expose you to these natural resources. So I won't say anything for now until confirmation has been made. But the idea of this app, like I told you, is when you go into natural resources that are available in Rwanda. Now, everybody, some of you might know some of these resources, obviously, very well. Some of you maybe not know 1 or 2 of them, but you don't really know what you can do with them. Like, you have an idea, okay, we could do this and that. Maybe, oh, I can search it up and I can find out something I could do with it. Yes, but there's some of them that are really underutilized that you can really make use of. And I'm going to go with a very simple one. But let's not also forget, guys, that there's something that nobody knows about, and that's water products. Water-based products. What are these water-based products? So for example, let me just hope that this runs out. Give me a minute. Give me 1 moment. I need to sign back in. By the way, you guys are going to be using Replit. I think I said that already. So please make sure when you see that video, you are using, you're setting up your Replit. So I'm just signing back in because I can't access that until I sign in. So I want to show you exactly what these water-based products will be. Hopefully, I think I'm back in. Let me see. Yes. Yes, I'm back. So that's authentication progress. Let me give me a moment. It wouldn't take long because I'm just trying to get this program open. This is like a prototype demo, and it's really important that you kind of see what's happening so that it will be easy to understand. So I think what I'll do is let me go open it up directly from here. This is my Replit workspace. For those of you who don't know, by the way, this is really how your Replit is going to look like when you create an account. So keep this in mind. And I think I can open preview here. It's loading project, so let's see. In any situation, if it's slow to load or does not open for whatever reason now, which I hope it does, it just takes a little while to get the app to run. I can show this, of course, in the tutorial. I think it just opened, so maybe I can open it now. Yes, I think I can. So I was talking about water-based products, and water-based products are products that are 99, I would say 90% above are made from water. So these resources that you will be putting in your app, by the way, let's get back to the resources. I don't want to pronounce some of them because I feel like I might say it wrong. So you're seeing these resources anyway. If I click on any one of these resources, because this is essentially how the app would look like, you can see it tells me a little bit about the resource that is available abundantly in Rwanda, but it's underutilized. Like this is an aromatic plant, right? That is underutilized. They use it in Rwanda for respiratory steam inhalation, but there are other things that they can use to create businesses, like create an organic herbal tea sachet company, or an essential oil extract company, or an organic antibacterial hand soap company, or a lotion bar and soy candles company. There's just so many things that you can do depending on your budget with these resources that are available. And of course, the water-based resources, again, that we have available, not just in Rwanda, we have a lot of rivers, rivers and water sources in Africa in general. So the idea is that they will be able to come here, they will see the resource, they will click on generate business plan, then they would be able to see what kind of budgets, they're after, what kind of city they want in Rwanda, what sort of idea, are they going for a small business, medium business, let's say small, and then they would click on generate plan. And usually what it will do is give them a plan of how the business can be set up. What are these businesses and how they can set up, and what is the retail benefit of these businesses? Now, something very interesting that you'll have in your app is actually have videos that are connected to each of these business ideas. So you can show the startup developer that this is the kind of business that you can have. And I'm going to show you one example. This is the type of business you can set up, and these are the benefits of your business, and this is the way you can set up, even the place that they can set up, or if they don't have a place at home, whatnot. So the idea is that the resources are there, the way they can set up the business is all there. Water-based products, I'll go back to this again. These are products that are focused on water being the main ingredient, actually the most ingredient, but using those same resources as the base products. So for example, you can see this one is used to create something called a hydrosol, right? Just from this, and again, I'm not going to pronounce it, but you've seen it here. And what it does is that it creates this hydrosol that can be used into making, a natural face toner business, a room mist product, brand business, a linen spray business, and it's for small scale sort of income. So this shows them that with the abundant water in Rwanda, the idea is, and also in Africa in general, you can use those resources around you and what you have to be able to create businesses from them where you do low cost income to start up your business, but you're going to get a high retail at the end. And so all these resources are all connected with the water-based products that they can create. And by the way, these are not just restricted to this. This is why you're using AI. You're going to research on your own, and you're going to get more business ideas. And your app is just going to keep growing because you're going to always be updating it with all these new business ideas that are possible. Matchmaker would be part of the app that you will, of course, put in, where the person, it's like a matchmaker, like the person will go into the product, they will try to enter the budget. Matchmaker and launch idea is sort of connected, which again, remember, this is just the prototype. We can eliminate one of the two. But the idea is you can go put a product, I don't know, put, let's say 100,000, and then put like a city. I'm just going to put random stuff in here, even though that's a small, I wanted to go for medium, but that's actually a small budget. And then again, you can get all these ideas for whatever business. I think I went back to the same, let's go back to a different product, like this one, Sisala, right? And the same thing again, you go for Matchmaker, go for Sisala, and then you do the same thing, right? And then you put in your city, whatever that is, and then you click on generate ideas, and you can see that Sisala, you can make biodegradable packaging twines, paper cards, those type of things which are very necessary. It even tells you how you can export. So that's the kind of information your app is supposed to be providing here. Now, when you start to create this app, put in mind that you're creating it from scratch. So in the beginning, it's going to be manually generated. But then when I show you how to refine it using AI, which means where you can connect it with API and you can use, AI to be able to get this generative information every single time that is different, then you're just going to see the huge potential that is here. But of course, you're going to have to control to know what kind of updates you're putting in your businesses, ideas, in the app itself, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the data science part of it, like I told you, is you can see here, I've already accessed 5. It shows you how many people have downloaded how many plans, what are the top resources that people have been checking out, so you get a better idea. What is the top city? What is the average revenue? And that's just displayed by simple business scale distribution or a bar chart. So again, in the beginning, you're just going to structure it basically using a bar chart or a line graph or some sort of graph, and then you can enhance it even more. So that's the idea behind that. Now, this is just an overview of how this app eventually will be, but there will be more things connected to it, and I want to show you one of them. Now, remember when I was telling you about the Sisala, right? And we were talking about the packaging twine, and we're talking about YouTube and all that stuff. Now, we're coming down to the content creation part now. Your app is going to be unique like no other app on the planet, where you're actually showing these business ideas in real life, in a Rwandan context or a Nigerian context or whatever context it is, to these startup founders to understand exactly what they're looking at. It's like you're making them see into, like, I don't want to say future, but see into how that business can be, what the potential is, how it can be arranged, how it can be done, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to play this video for you guys to see real quick. And I'm going to tell you, because you're going to learn how to create this content, although because you guys will have a free access to the free generative tools that we will be showing you in this course to create such content. In the beginning, might not be as high quality as this one, but as you go on and as you change and subscribe and become maybe, a pro core member every month or something of that sort, you can enhance yourself, or you can still keep yourself on a free basis. I'm talking about the generative tools like using Gemini or Claude or all that stuff. Now I'm going to play this for you to see. Okay, tell me if you can hear, so I know if I stop playing or I should go back and play. So I'm going to play it now.
Did you know you
can you hear that? Did you all hear that? Okay, all right, let's see. Okay, I'll start it again from the beginning.
Did you know you can launch a business in Rwanda with a 700% profit margin?
Ever since Rwanda banned single-use plastic, bakeries, florists, and gift shops are desperate for eco-friendly packaging.
It costs just 150 Rwandan francs to produce one roll and retails for 1,200 Rwandan franc, making it low cost and ready for local sales or export. Want the full blueprint and market insights to launch this business today? Open the Code Hills 1001 app now.
So this is just a demonstration that is connected to the packaging twine that you saw from the Sisala natural resource. Remember that natural resource? So they go in there, they open Sisala, and then they're able to see and understand that this type of business, that's the potential. Look at even the place. They're focusing on the packaging twine, where you can use it. They're even talking about the economical and the environmental benefit of this, which is giving them ideas on how to do the marketing. So those videos you're going to learn how to create with accurate text inclusion. That was just a demonstration to show you just the idea. And that will be part of your content creation. And that's something you're going to put on your YouTube channel that will be connected to your app. Whenever somebody comes into a product, the first thing they could see is the video to understand what this idea is. And then they could then generate the plan of how to start their business. Make sense? So now we go back and I think we conclude. All right, guys, we're now in the conclusive part of this induction. And before I conclude and stop sharing my screen and see if you have any general questions, I just want to walk you through this important part. I think I'm seeing only 11 people here. Again, I want to reiterate. It is really important that you abide by rules, please. And so if we say something, please remember that we will not repeat saying it again. So one thing I just want you to keep in mind of is if we post something on the WhatsApp and we say it, really pay attention to it, okay? Don't just look at it and go back and come back. Because if you do, when the deadline passes, there will be no going back, which is what's happening now with the induction. The induction, we posted for you to complete the poll on a certain time. Then we said the poll was ended on a certain time. And then we said whoever did not complete the poll before that time will not be in the induction. So we really stick to what we're saying and we can't go back. So if you see us not responding to any of your WhatsApp messages because you're asking questions that have been answered previously, that's because you have to go back and really pay attention to what's being posted. So again, I repeat, from here onwards, if you want to stay in this course, you really need to abide by what you need to do, and that's just the basic rules. Now, for this form, please make sure you complete it. I know some people join later on, so I'm going to put it in the chat. I think you should just copy it and save it someplace, but for those of you who are here, you are only the ones that have been invited to this forum, so don't think about sharing it with anyone else that's not in this meeting at any point in time. Just complete the form for those who are present. Please mark your presence that you are here, and pay attention to the fact that some of these things that are very short, because you're seeing just short, I acknowledge, short, I acknowledge. It's just basically what I talked about, the program commencement, which is on Monday, you acknowledge that. The attendance commitment that you're going to be present here for all 6 sessions, you acknowledge that. The mandatory attendance for all class sessions, you might see these two being the same, but really what the third rule comprises of is more of like your attendance, but at the same time your completion of assessments, which is down below here. Then the social media learning reflections, which I talked about, that you're acknowledging that. The audio and video policy that you're acknowledging. The Replit's account setup, you can use our referrals, which does help us if you use the referrals, or you can go and sign up yourself. So you're really free on your own to decide on that one. So, but you need to have a Replit. And if you don't know how to do that, the video we're going to be posting over the weekends, whether on Saturday or on Sunday, will definitely walk you through to understand how to set up your Replit. The last one is your final agreement and your signature, which basically means your name, putting your name in there is enough for your digital signature. And then, of course, today's date. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let's see if we have any questions before we conclude so far. Everyone's okay? Everyone understood everything? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, we have 2 questions. Oh, we have 3. So why don't we start with, I would really like to know you guys, so don't worry, I would like to know everyone personally. It's not like we're coming here, we're all strangers doing classes and that's it. I will learn everybody very soon. Obviously, I don't want to take much of anybody's time right now because we have like 10 minutes. So I'll go very quickly to Josiane. Josiane, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Can you go ahead with your question?
Yes, good evening all.
Good evening.
I would like to ask if we'll be learning once in a week or the whole week.
That's a good question. So guys, it's once in the week. We decided to put it that so it's easy for everybody. It's on Monday, starting Monday, July 27th. It's going to be on Monday from that week. So basically from July 27th to August 31st, we'll count all 6 sessions. And it's going to be at 7 p.m. Kigali time, which I think is 6 p.m. Morocco, Nigeria time. Does that answer your question, Josiane? Yeah, okay. Sorry if I'm having, pronouncing, I'll definitely learn how to pronounce everyone's name properly, for sure. Samila, can you go ahead? I'm listening to you, Samila.
Oh, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I had this question. When we're learning, we'll be developing one website, all of us, or we will, each and everyone will work on his or her solution?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
go
all
ahead.
work on Rwanda Hills.
Good question. Yes, everyone will be working on their own solution, guys, because at the end of the day, everyone has to submit their own independent solution for you to be able to attain all the deliverables, that you need to attain. So it's not everyone working on one thing, it's everyone working on their own thing. But of course, you guys can organize yourselves, if you want to have discussions between yourselves, share ideas. I mean, that's something that we would have loved to host you guys in a tech center that we had in Rwanda. Unfortunately, we don't have that now, but maybe in the future. But yeah, in general, what I'm trying to tell you is that everyone's going to work on their own thing. So create their own app at the end of the day. Does that answer your question, Samila? Yeah, okay. The last one, I don't want to keep anyone. I think Juwan, yes, Juwan, go ahead.
Yes. Samila has asked the question I had. Yes, I think answered.
Okay. If you want me to share you the form again, here it is. And guys, it was a pleasure having everyone. So just keep an eye out on the WhatsApp. Thank you all for coming. Of course, I look forward to seeing what we can build and grow together. Oh, Margot, Miss Margot, sorry, I didn't say anything at the beginning. I completely forgot. Guys, please welcome Miss Margot with us. She's, of course, the country director of Women in Tech Rwanda and the one making it possible for those of you in Rwanda. So yes, thank you for the nice clap icon, I think.
Thank
yes,
you.
Go ahead.
Thank you
Margot.
so much, Alicia. I was very impressed by the presentation, and it was even higher than I was expected, honestly, and I guess for the student too. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for each of you. You will learn a lot, and Alicia, as you can see, she's very detail-oriented. She explained very well. She's very available, so I think it's going to be a nice journey. And I wish you best of luck. I will not be there every week, but I will try to come. I will also stay available on WhatsApp if you have any question. I am in the same WhatsApp group as you are in. And yeah, I'm really voting for you guys. And the best project will be also a very, very proud moment for Women in Tech Rwanda. So make us proud. And I also wanted to ask, if possible, if for the ones who are comfortable, to turn on the camera so we can take a picture online of the launch, so we can also circulate and keep it as a memory before we just hang up, and I will let you enjoy your Friday evening.
Thank you, Miss Margot. So I think if we're all okay, could we, well settled in, could we please turn on the video, which I think that would be nice. It's a good memory, actually. It's very good.
Yeah.
By the way, Miss Margot would have the video recording. So if you guys want to see the session, you can ask Miss Margot. She will have it on Women in Tech Rwanda. And please make sure to subscribe with Women in Tech Rwanda and Nazli Tech School. It really does help to showcase what you're doing. People would want to know. So thank you very much.
Okay, amazing. So I'm taking the screenshot now for the ones who are ready. Oops, let me try again. I just missed the button. 1, 2. Oh my God, it's not working. 1 second. You ready?
No
1, 2.
Yeah.
My laptop is just a little bit slow. 3, let's go. Thank you, everyone. You look amazing. I will post that in the chat as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Margot.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Thank you, everyone. I have a lot of hope in you. I know the Rwandan Academy will smash everything. So make us proud once again, and the best of luck. That would be a very exciting experience, I'm sure of that.
Thank you very much, Ms. Margot. Thank you, everyone, for coming. And I look forward to seeing everyone on our first day on Monday. So take care. Have a good night wherever you are. And if you have a question, feel free to ask us on DM. And yeah, take care. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. See you.